There are toxic people at work right now who are draining the life out of good leaders. And one of the reasons it keeps happening is not because those leaders are weak, it's because nobody ever named the types clearly enough for them to see what they were actually dealing with. I've been in training rooms for over 25 years. I've worked with managers, executives, sales teams, and frontline leaders across the country. And I can tell you one of the biggest struggles for leaders today is dealing with one of four specific types of toxic people at work. And once you can name them, you can handle them. And that's exactly what this video is about. If you appreciate this type of content, gently hit the like button and let's get into it. Type number one, the energy vampire. This is the person who walks into the room and somehow by the time they leave, every single person in that room feels exhausted. You did not do anything physically demanding, you just talked to them, and yet you feel like you just ran a marathon. The energy vampire is not necessarily mean, that's one of the things that makes them so hard to identify, but they are usually negative and oftentimes subtly. Everything is a problem and every solution you offer magically has a new problem attached to it. The weather is bad, the company is going nowhere, management does not care, the customers are impossible. It is constant. Here is what makes this type dangerous for leaders specifically. If you have an energy vampire on your team and you are not careful, their energy spreads. It's not dramatic, it is slow. Other team members start matching their frequency without even realizing it. Morale drops and nobody can quite explain why. What a conscious leader does with an energy vampire is this. You stop trying to fix their perspective in the moment and you set clear, behavioral expectations. What we talk about in the room is this. How we frame challenges is like this. Here's how we bring problems to the table, and you hold that standard consistently. You do not argue with their negativity, you redirect it towards an action every single time. Type number two, the underminer. This one is subtle, and that is exactly why it makes it so damaging. The underminer rarely attacks you directly. What they do is they plant seeds of doubt about you, about your decisions, about your credibility in the people around you. They do it in small ways. An eye roll during your presentation that one person catches, a comment in the break room that starts with, "I'm not saying anything, but," a question in a meeting that is phrased like a question, but it's really designed to make you look like you do not know what you are doing. I have seen underminers take down leaders who are genuinely talented, not because the leader was wrong, but because the underminer was patient and the leader did not see it coming fast enough. Occasionally, I will see an underminer in my training room. I will come back from break and I will feel a vibe change in the room. I will say something, and the moment I say something, two people will look directly at the underminer. I will see the culprit in that moment. I pull them aside at the next break. I say to them, when I said this, I saw these two people look at you when I said this. Why were they looking at you? And I'm curious what you said to them to make them look to you. At that moment, they feel a little bit uncomfortable because I'm a shining light on their action. What you do with an underminer is you bring their behavior into the light, not dramatically, calmly. And the moment you name the pattern directly and professionally, in private at first if you can, you remove their power. They operate in the shadows, shine a light on it, and the dynamic changes. By the way, if you're finding this useful, go ahead and subscribe. I put content out like this specifically for leaders who are navigating real pressure in the workplace, and I would love to have you here. Type number three, the chaos maker. This one is tricky because the chaos maker often looks like they are passionate, they are loud, they are reactive. They get involved in everything, and there is always some kind of drama happening around them. The difference between passion and chaos is direction. A passionate person creates energy that moves things forward. A chaos maker creates energy that scatters everything. Meetings get derailed. Decisions get revisited constantly. Simple problems become complicated because the chaos maker keeps introducing new variables. Here's something important about chaos makers. A lot of them genuinely do not know they are doing it. They're not always malicious. They are wired to be reactive. They have high emotional intensity, and they have never had anyone hold a mirror up to how their behavior affects the people around them. As a leader, your job with a chaos maker is structure, clear agendas, clear decision-making processes, clear roles. Chaos cannot live where structure is strong. You are not punishing them. You are creating a container that will actually help them function better. And the last one, type number four, this is what I call the loyal complainer. This is probably the trickiest type on the list because they are not disloyal. They actually care about the team. They care about the company and they even care about you. But they express that care almost entirely through complaints. They come to you with every problem. They notice everything that is wrong. They have been around long enough to have a complaint for almost every initiative that you launch. And the tricky part is that sometimes, not always, but sometimes they are right. There is a real problem underneath their complaint. The danger with the loyal complainers is twofold. First, they take up enormous time and energy. Second, if you do not handle them well, you either dismiss someone who actually has useful insight or you enable a pattern that slowly poisons the team culture. What works with the loyal complainer is a simple rule. Come to me with a problem and a possible solution, or do not come to me yet. You are not shutting them down, you are raising the standard of the conversation. Over time, that either develops them or reveals that they are not actually interested in solutions, they are just interested in complaining, and that tells you something important. I have a friend that recently got dismissed from a job, and when they got dismissed from the job, they wondered what the problem was, and I told them it's that they didn't fit in, that they were too busy complaining about the way the work was operating there. This same friend has left at least 4 other jobs, and they're now at the 5th job. I've told this person that they're the problem. They have not had the ability to receive it. This is the person that has a loyalty, but they also have a habit of complaining and being a victim. They sincerely want to make the organization better, but as they're judging the organization around them, what they're doing is complaining about everybody else. Oftentimes a person thinks that they can lead better than the leader, and they complain about the leader. They complain about the process, but what they're doing is they're actually making the situation worse. If you're getting value from this, go ahead and subscribe. Every week I put content out for leaders who are under real pressure, who want to respond to it with clarity instead of reactivity. How a conscious leader responds to all 4. So we got the energy vampire, the underminer, the chaos maker, and the loyal complainer. 4 types, and here's the thing I want to leave you with. The word toxic can make it sound like these people are beyond reach, like your only option is to remove them or to run from them. Sometimes that is the answer, but a lot of times what looks like toxic is actually unmanaged. Unmanaged emotions, unmanaged behavior, unmanaged expectations. A conscious leader does not just react to toxic behavior. A conscious leader stays grounded enough to see what is actually happening and responds with intention. That does not mean that you tolerate everything. It means that you do not let someone else's chaos become your chaos. We are not here to avoid pressure. We are here to embrace it. We are building strength, and we are turning snowflakes into diamonds.